Welcome Simmers to Create a Sim. Today I will be making 4 Sims for a brand new LP called the My Family. The Sim that I'm creating right now is the main character in the story. Her name is Nadine, and she gets custody of her 2 sisters when their parents die, and they stay in, she moves back to her parents' house, and her friend Brandon, which will be her love interest, will move in with them, and this will just be the story of their lives together, and how they find love, and how the sisters, like raising 2 sisters, is a challenge for her. So I wanted to make her a little bit not too skinny. She's actually pretty skinny in here, actually, but still curvy. And actually, when I was making this sim, it's the first time I realized that I can actually put her stomach in and out. I've always just done the width of her, and um, so that was always interesting, something new. I sped this video up a little bit because I did it twice the speed. It was actually an hour and a half, and that was way too long. So I sped it up so that it's only about 30 minutes this time. So I jump around a lot when I was making this video. I'll move for her face, trying to get everything perfect. It took me actually a while to get her in the shape that I wanted her to be in. Um, it's it turned out. I like the way it turned out in the end. Um, I had a lot of problems with her lips and her nose. I kept on going back and changing it because after looking at it, I didn't like it at all. I was like, it looks a little bit odd. Um, but in the end, she turns out good. Um, they, she'll have a little bit of ethnicity to her. She'll have either a little bit of Indian or Asian flair to her, so that um, we can, her story can be a little bit more interesting in the end, and how trying to raise her sisters with the same ideals that their parents, raised her, and uh, so that's always a challenge for her. I started changing her lips a little bit, trying to see where what was a good starting point with her lips so that I could adjust it, and I just ended up right back at the top and editing from there. And then her chin just looked a little bit too pointy. That little point on the end of it seemed like a little bit too rough. Not, I want it to be a little bit smoother. Um, and actually, if I left her lips like that, that would have been fine. Now that I'm looking back on it, I think I changed her lips a bunch, a bunch more in this video. Um, Once I get her down, though, her sisters, I just make twins, and then I just adjust the way they look. A little bit. I just did her sisters are twins, and I mean teenagers. So, and they'll 2 sisters will be twins, and they're very opposite of each other. Nadine is going to be kind of the balance between the two. She's like, her sister's got a little bit of both of her. She can be kind of tomboyish, and but also still girly. Whereas with the 2 sisters, there's just, one's a tomboy and the other one is straight girly girl. And they share a room. They're gonna share a room, so that's gonna epic battles will happen. If anybody has siblings, you know exactly how it is. um, so I'm still messing with her face and trying to get it into the perfect configuration that I want. Um, Starting on her eyes a little bit and getting that flare, and arching her eyebrows so that they feminine. I didn't want her eyes to be way too big so that she looked like she had bug eyes. Just perfect on her face is what I really, really wanted. And then just adjusting the overall structure of what her face looks like, whether I wanted it a little bit kind of oval, but not too square or round, just just right. And her nose, in the end, I realized that I put her nostrils up too high, so I'll bring them down, and that's what was making her nose look a little bit weird. It took me a while to figure that out. Her eyes, I like that jade green, um, and it was like sea foam green or blue, just bright and something that you would see coming from, miles. So I'm finally changing her hair up and giving her a nice brown color. And there I am adjusting her face again. Keep on going back to it. Um, some makeup for her. Just the top eyeliner for her everyday look, and just the brown just to bring out the color in her eyes a little bit and pop it a little bit more. And just a neutral lip color. And that's when I just go back and I start messing with her nose yet again. She's a work in progress. And I think I changed her lips up more because they look odd to me, even now as I'm looking at it. Mm. Her, I just kept on undoing it because it didn't, the changes I just made was not what I wanted. And then I just go through all the noses here to uh, find a good base to start with. After realizing that I didn't like any of the noses, uh, I go right back to the beginning. um, and maybe I thought changing the angle of the top of the nose was a problem. Um, it's still not really what I wanted. And that's when I realized that that was the problem, was the nostril height itself, and it looks so much better already. Um, and then just her lips I need to fix. Um, they look a little bit too pinched. I just go round and around just to, uh, when you see the grand changes, I think it helps me make the minute changes when I see all the range of motion that her lips need to take. And I can put them in what I want. And just widen her bottom lip a little bit so that it looks more natural. She's looking a million times better already. I think for the most part, the next changes, all the rest of the changes that I make are smaller. Um, I might go back and mess with the whole shape of her face yet again. I can't remember, but we'll we'll see in just a moment. Bring up her cheekbones to be a little bit higher and uh, suck in her chin a little bit, and her ears looked just a little bit too big. So I wanted to just adjust those. Yeah, I didn't like the changes I made to her lips again. Um, so I wanted to make it look like her hair was dyed. Obviously, completely different from, just the blonde hair and brown eyebrows. I think it's gorgeous on people. It's very the contrast of the colors, the light and the dark. It makes it stand out a lot more. So I went ahead and I put that on her, and I just gave both of her sisters a natural brown color. And then I just noticed that her makeup wasn't going for every single outfit. So I was like, well, when I get to them, I'll just put makeup on for every affair. So at first, when I started making her, I was just going to have this sim. After I created her is when I decided to add family members. Well, just to mix up the story, spice it up a little bit. Um, so I changed her outfit to again from what after I create her sisters, so that she looks a little bit more responsible and not um, beachy or not too casual. And I think I might keep her jewelry that I put on her. Um, I think both of them came from the outdoor retreat. Um, I like both of those. They're very simple. So that was the outfit I had for her first, for her every day. And then I go on and I make her um, formal, and I love that dress. I would never wear a mermaid dress, but on my sim, I can do that. Just some yellow to contrast with that dress that she has. And I tried to find some earrings that matched her um, either necklace or dress. So, um, looking through all those, I decided on the double hooped ones. Those, um, because they match the earrings. I mean the necklace better than I could find something for the dress. So here I decided to put on her lips a bright red. It's a little bit of a sexy feel to it. Um, and now we're on to her athletic wear. And I like the hat and the glasses. Because when you're running, it looks a little bit more hip to have glasses on your face. And I'll just keep those shoes, even though they kind of look a little bit like water shoes. I like the way they looked. Um, this pre-made sleepwear actually looked pretty good, so I just uh, changed the color of the pants and kept on moving because it looked good. It looked like very comfortable clothes for her. Um, Party wear. I love that dress. And I give her a little bit more dramatic makeup since uh, instead of trying to be elegant at your formal wear, just a little bit more bold for your for a party, a little bit more casual. And I wanted to see if I wanted to do the vampy look on her lips, and I was like, no, let's don't go too extreme. Let's just go with the red. And I'd lighten up her cheeks a little bit. And two different color bathing suits. That always looks pretty modern. Same design, just different colors. And I just randomly selected names until I found something I liked. Nadine is such a pretty name, and Mai was the first one that came along. That I was like, oh, yep, that'll be a good name for her. So this is where I decided to create another sim. Um, I decided to do a sibling and a twin. I was like, well, let's make her a teenager. Um, so that she can start taking care of some siblings. That's when I started forming the idea and the story of the story in my head. Um, so this sister is Ainsley, and she will be um, our princess. She's gonna be a drama queen in this house. She's very girly, and she's always gonna be at odds with her sister. She feels like her sister should act like a girl and not tomboyish. So, so I try to dress her the part. Um, and then just like the little preppy frilly dress um, goes really well with the her personality. And teenagers their makeup is a little bit much on some of them, anyways. So just her evening wear now. Something real simple, and comfortable to sleep in, and I put her party wear as something a little bit girly still looking, but comfortable for her. And the boots. Oh, I love these boots. I would love them in real life. Somebody needs to make these and sell them. Everybody would buy them. Uh, just a comfortable, slightly girly bathing suit. So she wants to be popular. Um, and so she's self assured and very, very outgoing. Um, so I wanted to change her walk a little bit, and I gave her a little perky walk. And then on to Ainsley's twin. Um, so this is going to be Mala, um, and she will be our tomboy. She's going to be into all the sports at school and hang out with the guys and or other tomboys. Few friends she's gonna have, and feels like her sister needs to toughen up. Her twin, Ainsley, she needs to toughen up a little bit, and she's too helpless. So I try to find her some clothes that are really just tomboyish, just a plain top and some baggy jeans, cargo pants, and then just some sneakers, boots, a little bit more booty than anything. So, and hair tied back in the ponytail. It's very, very tomboyish. And her formal wear is actually just going to be a pantsuit. She's like, this is as much as you're going to get out of me. uh, I didn't even put her in heels, I don't think. I put her in flats. So heels were not her thing. Not practical enough. Um, and her sportswear, as you can see, she's very fit. Um, so she's gonna, a lot of track, a lot of running, and for her party wear, I really liked that top, so I decided to keep it on her. Um, and I was gonna put a hat on her. I think I do. Um, so she ends up being really easy to dress. Doesn't take me the very first one, Nadine. She takes forever. Cause she's like the base model, um, and the two sisters are so much easier. So swim shorts instead of bikini bottoms, uh, and a tank top to go with it. So and then Mala. So Mala is trying to figure out a good walk for her, and I just give her a little bit of a swagger. She wants to be a bodybuilder, which will always be good. And I want to put her aspiration as what did I pick for her? Oh, just the bodybuilder, and I just wanted to put her as a bro, cause the girl bro, and athletic. Uh, and then I went back to Nadine, and this is when I decided to change her looks to fit her role, so to speak. I was like, oh, shorts aren't gonna really work for her because she's got to try and be a little bit of a role model for her sisters. Um, and her top just a little bit more uh, form fitting for this. And I was gonna build um, my Brandon, which is the male character, but I was like, that's just gonna be far too much work. So I decided to go on the gallery actually and grab a character. Because there's so many people, you guys make such great males on there, and they're handsome and they have very good genetics, so I feel like they'll mesh very well with my character. So it takes me a couple of minutes to go through and find one. I keep on going back and forth. For who I wanted to pick. So, I didn't really want to use him. And I saw this sexy businessman, and I thought, oh, this would be perfect. So he's handsome, and he looks like he would be very, very good role to be the friend that steps in, who's very successful already, and wants to take care of his, his one of his best friends, and feels like he still has a little bit of a connection to the two sisters as well. They're like his two kid sisters, and he'll tease them, and he's a very good male role model for the girls, and so and the girls like him as well, and it helps the transition period of getting over the loss of their father and mother, and just that support that they'll need. So I put her wanting to be fabulously wealthy. She's very neat, very ambitious, and she's going to be a foodie as well. She's going to still struggle to get her aspirations, her goals in life that she wants. And that's her challenge that she has. So, and then I just like the name for him is Pharaoh. It's very exotic. Um, and just a quick change of a couple of his outfits. And I found him to be just a little bit too wide in the chest. So I just wanted to bring that in a little bit. Still very strong, but not not too much. Um, and please, sir, you need to just be in some 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 sleep pants, and you can walk around shirtless. The ladies will love. And his party wear was not very. I didn't like that top. So some jeans and trying to find a good, just a shirt with either a button-down shirt or an undershirt with something underneath it. I had picked this one at first, and I was like, no, that's a little looks a little bit too formal. Um, so I found this, and that looked to be perfect. Um, and that cap has got to go. Nobody's going to be swimming with that. And the swim trunks, I like those. So just change the shape of his head a little bit to be a little bit thinner, and just bring him in a little bit more. Tuck him in a little bit. Mm, and I just decided to keep his hair the way it was. Um, and this is my family. So let's play. Thank you for watching.